All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole flock of Israel. And the title of this lesson is going to be Labor Not to Be Rich. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here in Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. All right, so going into riches, riches is a substance. All right, it's a measurement pretty much of your wealth. All right, by a certain possession that you possess. All right, so making yourself rich in this world, all right, it's by carnal things. All right, and more specifically, the dollar. All right, your measure of success is measured by how much money you have in your bank account. All right, that is how you call yourself rich in this world. And going into laboring to make yourself rich, all right, how do you do that in this world? Ultimately, you have to forsake Yahweh Shai. All right, there's nothing wrong with doing well for yourself, but it's ultimately a mindset. All right, because in this world it teaches you independence. All right, I'm gonna do for me. All right, and it's about me, me, me. All right, but at the end of the day, what is that going to measure up to when it comes to the time of your visitation? All right, because we're all, whether you know it or not, we have a time set in place for our judgment. All right, and when you have to meet your maker, all right, what is your verdict going to be? All right, is it going to be salvation or is it going to be damnation? All right, and going into riches, they profit not in the day of wrath, because you cannot persuade the Lord with money. Okay, the Lord don't care about your status or who you are in this world. He judges a man according to his deeds, according to his heart. All right, whether it be pure towards the Lord or it's not. All right, so read again Proverbs 13 and 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. He really has no substance. All right, because why? He has no faith. All right, his faith is in his carnal possessions, his riches. And on this side, that's why the Lord said, hardly shall rich men enter into the kingdom, because he's not going to be willing to give that up. All right, he's settled here in this world because this is the highest form of achievement he can achieve in his own mind, which at the end of the day, this place is getting ready to be destroyed. All right, so you're making yourself rich on this side, you're going to have nothing as far as things that are going to be profitable unto you in the time of your judgment. All right, so I read again Proverbs 13 and 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. He has no substance. All right, no true substance. All right, here there is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches. So going into again to substance, all right, is again, what is it? A measurement of your wealth, your possessions. All right, carnally, a man is poor, but he's full of riches. All right, because why? Because going into faith. All right, a perfect example of him that made himself poor yet have great riches is Yahushai. Okay, was in 2 Corinthians 8th chapter. It says, for you knew that the grace of our Lord Yahushai, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor. All right, though that he through his poverty might be rich. So Yahushai was a carpenter. So he made good money. So in that time, Yahushai was well off. Right, as a profession that was known to make good money back then, and even still to this day. Okay, but what? The Lord, going into laboring for the meat that didn't perish. All right, he was, which I'll get. This is John. Let's have this ram. This is John chapter 6, and John chapter 6 verse 26. Yahushua answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves, and ye were filled. So, that satisfaction carnally, all right, that you get from eating. All right, that's why going into worldly terms, say everybody's eating. We're eating. All right, you're full. All right, so you're satisfied. All right, but the Lord, going into the book of Sirach, says, set not your heart upon your goods, and say, not have enough for my life. Okay, because why? Because the Lord, at the end of the day, when you think not, he's going to come and visit you. Right? That's why he says in thy security. right? Thou shalt be destroyed. All right. So it's not Proverbs, Slovakia. This is John chapter 6, verse 27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. All right. So that's what we should be laboring for. Laboring to enter into everlasting life. All right. And how do you do that? All right. By taking heed unto the law, such commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, the instruction book. All right. That's why we have leaders. All right. We have order, set in place for us to follow after the footsteps to enter into that life. Okay. According to our apostle and elders on down the great millstone. All right. Through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. That is the way. All right. Not going into according to the ways of this world. All right. Get rich quick and, pretty much serving yourself. All right. Here, John chapter 6, verse 27, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. It's like which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him hath the Most High, the Father, sealed. So, going into a gift, okay? You laboring to be rich, all right, but you're really poor, all right? Going into the substance that the men of the Lord had, hopeful elect, they have the gift of faith, all right? And that's a substance that cannot be, bought or purchase. All right, it has to be given unto you. All right, from above. All right, and going to things that are priceless. Things that are priceless are obviously above, anything here carnal that you can possess in this world. All right, because faith, is what's gonna get you through these times we're coming into. All right, not how much money you have in your account. All right. So here this is Title's lesson, Proverbs 23 and verse 4, labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. So, because going into the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. All right, that's how you become rich in this world. Okay, and again, it's not nothing wrong with doing well for yourself. The Lord, said according to your ability, do good unto yourself. All right, but it's a mindset. Okay, because when you're rich in this world, you reach the pinnacle as far as your calling here of your existence on this earth. All right. So you're full. All right. That's why the Lord said, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. All right. Because going into the turning of tables, all right, the true substance, the things that are actually going to deliver you from death is faith. Okay. Again, not your manner of success in this world. Okay. Because the Lord told us not to love this world. Okay. Because how can you love this world? Because that's why people labor to be rich, because they love this world. All right. They want to, they want the attention. They want the glamour. They want the praise. Okay. They want the status. Why? Because they love this world. All right. They love the praises of men. All right. So you laboring to be rich because you love this world. All right. You have an attachment. You have an affection. All right. As far as the things you see here in this world, but all this stuff is getting ready to pass away. All right. So when that happens, what is going to be your motivation? Okay. What's going to be your driving force? Because people are ultimately here in this world. They're propelled by their own agendas, right? Which is ultimately to serve themselves. All right. So this is here, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. All right. Because again, laboring to be rich, according to this world's standard, is because you love the things that are in the world. The things in this world cost money. Okay. Nice cars, clothes, houses, and everything else that comes with it. All right. Because again, that's why people strive and go so hard to become rich in this world, because they love the things that they see. All right. So they want to fulfill the lusts of the flesh. All right. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So, yeah, that's cool. Okay. You have a nice car, a house, whatever you may have it. But do you know who Yahweh Shem Shai is? All right. Do you know the name of the Lord? All right. Do you know who you are? All right. Do you know what's going to befall you in these last days? Do you understand prophecy? Okay. Do you read? All right. That's why going into the times you're coming into is crucial, going into our calling. Okay. Because that's what's going to separate, who the Lord's dealing with and who the Lord's not dealing with. All right. So, if that's what the Lord said, if you love me, keep my commandments. All right. So we're doing that to the best of our ability. And those where the Lord finds favor on us. All right. But to the rest of people in this world, they're getting ready to be destroyed according to their own deeds. All right. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh And the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Right? So it's verse 17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So, people, they want to live it up on the side because ultimately they might not know it or not, but they're on a time clock. All right, because they want to live it up here on this side because they think this is the end all be all. Right? And that's what you call consolation. All right. So going into that living fast, the YOLO thing, all right, that's of the world, all right? And that's why those people in that mindset, they're going to be destroyed, okay? Unless the Lord opens up their eyes and their ears that they be converted and be healed. But nonetheless, a lot of people are not going to because the Lord gave them up to their own affections. All right, so here, this is, let me see, here, this is a good one. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. How's that? So how's that possible? Okay. How are you poor and but yet rich? All right. We're poor carnally in this world because we're not of this world, but we're rich, according to the world to come because of the faith that the Lord has given us. All right. And by that faith, that's what's going to give us abundance of riches. Okay. Unmeasurable riches. All right. Because the kingdom that we're trying to enter into is an everlasting kingdom. And we're striving to be the first fruits of that. So this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So going into those imposters, all right, the people in our land claiming to be who we are, all right, and taking on the book, which they have no part of. All right, they're actually the curse of the people of the book, okay? Going into those Edomites, okay? Now, the so-called white man, woman, and child, all right, who are painted everywhere in this world in the likeness of, the Lord's people, all right, the saints, which they're not, all right? So, yeah, going into, because this is their world, they're carnally rich, all right? But what is the balance, all right? They're poor because why? Because they have no faith. The Lord have not chosen them, all right? And ultimately, going into just like their kingdoms getting ready to be destroyed as after a period of time of their captivity, they're getting ready to go into annihilation. Okay. So be it going into substance. Okay, that's why faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so it is a substance in its riches. All right, and that's what the Lord delights in. It says impossible to please Him without faith. All right, and faith is given. Okay, by the grace of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so and that's why the Lord said it's not a works lest any man boast. Okay, you can say, oh, I did 1,000 jump shots, I did this and that. All right, that's boasting yourself. Okay, me. All right, but nothing we did according to our works is how the Lord saw it fittable for us to be given the gift of faith. All right, the Lord chose us out of the world not because of anything we did, but according to the calling of His election. All right, this is First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 8. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. All right, that's why going into Proverbs 30, two things I have required of thee, deny me them not before I die. What is it? Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Okay, so what? Going into being content, being thankful, first and foremost. All right, because it's a battle. Okay, you look outside and you see, it's crumbling down. All right, we know this place is getting ready to come to a screeching halt, but you still see people on jet skis. You still see people flying by in that nice cars. You still, that baller lifestyle. All right, people are still living it up, so to say. All right, so it's a battle. Okay, because you want a taste of that sometimes, and it's just the flesh ultimately. But really, it's not a problem, with being successful. It's how you obtain it, because how you obtain that success, it depends on who you're worshiping. All right. So going into the faith and the patience of the saints, we're suffering patiently, waiting for Yahweh Shem Shai to reward us. All right. And that's the right way of doing it. Okay. Because doing that, so, that labor, going into, how does it go? Our affliction, being but for a moment, work a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. All right. So this little bit of hell we're catching is going to amount to forever. All right. Our kids, so on and so on from generation to generation are going to be good just because, we suffer with our Lord. All right. So here, this is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 8, having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. All right. Because why? Because going back to Proverbs 30, going to that food convenient for me, or at least I deny thee and say, who is the Lord? All right. Because that's what these people are at the top are saying. They don't need the Lord. They have everything they need. Okay. Because what are the necessities of life? The chief things of life is what? Water, food, raiment, house to cover shame. All right. When you're rich, you have all these things. So you don't need to pray and beg unto Lord, for these things that to be provided for. All right. But going into the balance, at least I be poor and steal, all right, and take the name of the Lord in vain. So, find that middle ground, all right, wherever the Lord has put you, deal with it. Okay, nothing wrong with trying to better your situation, but again, don't give your mind over to worldly things, all right, because you're going to get trapped. I'll keep on reading. Here's 1 Timothy chapter 6, and verse 9, and I'll get into wrapping this up. 1 Timothy 6 and verse 9, but they that which be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which draw men in destruction and perdition. Exactly. So, when you get to a certain point, with your wealth, all right, your riches on this side, all right, your mind starts being given over. Okay, them demons which come with that wealth, all right, they start pulling you away, all right, pulling you back ultimately, all right, and putting you back to sleep. All right. You forget everything you've been taught. All right. Because you've been given into the illusion. All right. That this world is what it is. Okay. And you ultimately give up on the Lord and turn your back. I put his death into open shame. All right. But here, read again, 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they which be rich fall into temptation and a snare. That's why, when these people start losing their lifestyles, they're going to give everything they can, all right, to get that back. All right. Going into that chip, the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, people are going to fully give into it because they want their lives back. All right, Esau is playing games with these people's minds because he knows ultimately going into his agenda what he's going to do. He's going to make that chip made mandatory. All right, and a lot of people are going to line up, by the flocks to take this chip because you want your lives back, which is never life in the first place. But again, that's what happens when you fall into that, going into why I brought out 1 John 2. Because you love the world, all right? Because your eyes are in love with this world, all right? 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9, but they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. You buying stupid shit, doing stupid shit just because you can, all right? Just because you can don't mean you should, all right? But when you have, so much freedom, okay, because money gives you freedom, all right? You start doing stupid things, okay? Doing things that are unprofitable and ultimately disgusting in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why a lot of these people are top. They're homos. They have their nails painted, okay, because they wholly given their heart over to Satan, because Satan gave them power in this side. Okay, so they end up giving over and worshiping him, whether they know it or not. Okay, and how's that executed on this planet Earth? All right, by the so-called white man, right, which is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. All right, Esau, Edom. All right, continuing which drawn men in, right, destruction and perdition. All right, there's 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. Okay, again, it's a mindset. All right, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil. All right, money don't do shit. Okay, it's just a piece of paper. All right, it's the people. All right, the people that possess these things that love them. All right, which is an idol. All right, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covered after, killing, stealing, robbing, raping, for a piece of paper. All right, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Erred from the faith. Okay. So saying that is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest. All right, that's what the Lord told us. This is not our place of rest. This is not here to, you're not spread your roots and try to build something here in this world. Because why? Because it's going to be destroyed and unrooted. All right, because this place is going down. All right, this is a system. All right, you making root in this system. All right, with the damn devil, you're gonna be destroyed. All right, so let us, Hebrews 4:11, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest. All right, we're laboring to enter into rest, to life. Okay, because our life was with Yahweh Shemel Shai, and when he returns, then then we can put our feet up and relax and live. All right, but until then, we keep our nose down and keep going. Okay, going into enduring on to the end. All right, because there's a great reward. All right, greater than you can even imagine. Okay, but that's why you have to have faith. You have to be a spiritual man in this thing. All right, Hebrews 4:11. Let us therefore enter into that rest. Going into because when the kingdom comes, there is of course going to be carnality in the kingdom. All right, chariots, gold, silver, stones. That's carnality. All right, but of course it's going to be a spiritual kingdom. But there's nothing wrong with having pleasure in carnal things, but ultimately, again, it's a mindset. All right, when we're in the kingdom, we think we're just going to be sitting around doing nothing. Okay, we're going to have things that we'll be able to enjoy. All right, but the point is, how do you get there? All right, so you get there going to the kingdom of heaven by going through that straight and narrow. All right, so here Hebrews 4:11. Let us therefore, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest. These enemies fall after the same example of unbelief. Exactly, that's why it goes perfectly. They're going to erring from the faith. Because why? Because you've strove to be rich in this side. All right, and ultimately that's going to get you destroyed. All right. Well, Proverbs 28. Let me get that and I'll close out. This is Proverbs 28:20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings. All right. A faithful man shall abound with blessings. But he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. Okay. And what's going to happen to you? All right. You're going to be destroyed. All right. We're going to that faithful man. All right. It's in due season. Okay. That blessing is going to flourish. It's nothing to the Lord to make a poor man rich. All right. But again, it's the patience. All right. Going through the proper procedures, ultimately, to find favor in the Lord, so that what? So you can receive all that. All right. But there's a right way to doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it. We see the wrong way of doing it and we see the right way of doing it. Okay. Of course, there's no such thing as free will, but you choose your path. Right. So as, going to the book of Joshua, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Okay. We're paraphrasing. All right. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's profitable. All right. So, with that, Lord's word is be edifying. And as always, want to give our praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, B'Shem Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Ray Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole flight of Israel. Shalom.